I'm going to read 3 stories as Rick and I were bouncing ideas back and forth. And he mentioned there'd be some time to read. And when we were just looking for something exclusive, looking for something we could do to celebrate the new book and to celebrate Rick's new venture, I agreed that I'm going to read one of the stories that didn't make the cut. So what I'll do is I'll read the 2 that were in the book, and I'll read the one that was on the cutting room floor. I always wanted to do something and still might do something with the stories that didn't make it or good enough, but today we'll unveil one of them here. The first one is called Boon of the Monkey God. So let's see if I can get the illustration. It's hard to show. You can go to jackanapespress.com and you could probably check out a better image of it. Beautiful. But this is Boon of the Monkey God. The road to the shore winds down the mountainside. A narrow snake covered by lush green canopy, alive with birds and butterflies. A troop of monkeys swing above, paying us no mind. Our host, ever present on the shaded porch, is dressed all in white as she cuts pineapple for the kitchen, a colonial cigarette in her red, painted lips. The hotel room offers nothing but a ceiling fan as respite from the midday Costa Rican heat, so we trek to the beach and bring along a bag with fruit for the monkeys that live there. A resonant howler cry joins the song of the lazy afternoon. Make a wish, Connie says. They don't do that during the day. Okay. So? She asks. I'm saving it. She smacks me playfully. We're just about at the bottom when a 400 horsepower roar decimates the tranquil buzz of animal sounds and gently breaking waves. A candy apple red sports car speeds down the hill, convertible top up. The tinted passenger side window rolls down, revealing the innocent face of a pretty Costa Rican teen. She's done up in god-awful makeup and is wearing a whore's dress. A man in a dress shirt and tie leans over. How the hell do I get to the beach? You can't, Connie says. Come on, he says. She wants to see the beach. His asinine behavior makes me ashamed to be an American. No vehicle access, I say. Cars aren't allowed. We leave him to spin his wheels, literally, and go for our swim. We move farther and farther up the beach, but we can't escape his shouting and revving engine. That arrogance must serve him well in his life, but it's not going to do him any good here, Connie says. Not yet, I think, afraid of what the future might bring. We take another dip, then trudge to our room. A breeze from the waves below blows the thin drapes. I turn the ceiling fan on. Its lazy spin accelerates, and then it's rocking loose at its anchoring. We lay on the bed, kiss, take off our clothes. Soon we are matching the fan's rhythm. As sleep takes us, I hear the sports car on the road. A monkey howls. This time, I make my wish. Connie is still asleep when I wake. I go outside to the communal kitchen to find ice cracking in glasses on the patio bar. But no patrons. Our host is gone from her eternal post, lipstick cigarette still burning. I glance down the mountain to the shore. Not a human present in the waves or the beach. A boat, unguided, crashes into the rocks. A howler jumps from the canopy to the table and joyfully smashes an empty glass, his eyes full of acknowledgement of my selfish wish. I walk back to the room with a mischievous smile. Hun, want to go for a swim? I call. That's the end of the first story. Here is the next story. I guess the theme of the 3 they're all birds or animal stories. This one is called Nathias and the Sentinel, and here's the wonderful piece of art by Dan Sauer. Let's see if we can get that going on here. What? I mean, just look at that, right? It's just like, wow. His style is so good and so unique. It's so great to see the way he sees the stories. So this is called Matthias and the Sentinel. Cornelius and Matthias sat at Flamingo Airport's tiny departure gate with the flock of antsy tourists. Cornelius nervously ate crackers out of the box, one after another, while watching a sunburnt family play a game of Yahtzee in the uncomfortable molded plastic seats, as if it were the World Cup. A green blur whizzed past the bar where the security guard was standing. Matthias gripped his case tighter and cursed the buyer. But it was a false alarm. Just two American kids throwing their stuffed toys around. Sedated and wrapped in damp towels inside Matthias's carry-on bag were 3 baby yellow-headed parrots. The endangered birds were worth a fortune, at least to his buyer. He and Cornelius had come to Bonaire to track down the nests in the secluded north shore of the island. Only 700 remained on the planet. Exactly the sort of thing his buyer liked. Cornelius was one of the best trackers. Matthias had the knack for smuggling. Getting things through customs came naturally for him. All they had to worry about were those things. The sentinels. The buyer called them. These days, it seemed every animal they tried to move had one of those mystical protectors. Matthias wasn't scared of ghosts, but Cornelius was. He was afraid to his core. Matthias had considered passing on this job, but the buyer said he'd take care of the sentinels, and he had something big lined up for them after this. He couldn't resist. Pre-boarding for the flight began, and Matthias thought they were home free. Then a green blur swooped across the terminal. As it glided towards them, it took on the shape of a green parrot. He was glad Cornelius hadn't seen it. He didn't need him panicked. The parrot hovered in front of his face. At least this sentinel didn't look so bad. He still had bad dreams about the snakes and spiders from past jobs. So much for the buyer taking care of things. He braced himself for what came next. Nothing happened. The parrot sentinel thing was just hovering there, like an image stuck on a television screen. Something wrong? Cornelius asked. Nope, Matthias said. He heard the wet rags inside his bag crackle and sizzle. So the concoction and magic words the buyer had given him weren't bogus. It came through after all, thought Matthias. I'm looking forward to what comes next, Cornelius said. Matthias liked the look of the parrot thing, frozen there, powerless, taken by surprise, and unable to stop them. So am I, Matthias said. So am I. That's the end of the second story. I know you're an animal lover like me, so I don't know if we need to put trigger warning on animal smuggling. Not even a joke. I mean, yeah, definitely. Yeah, don't condone that, but that's definitely a bad guy story. I asked your question. You said, "Hey, what if there were ones that fit the bill and didn't make it? Which ones were those, and why?" And this one fit the bill, but I felt like the story that it relates to, Boon of the Monkey God, I feel like maybe it undoes the subtleties of the story. And I think Monkey God was left better as a one-of. But if you liked it, and some people feel differently, this was maybe not so much a continuation of it, but this is an adjacent story to Buddha the Monkey God. It's called In the Shrine of the Monkey King. This is a podcast exclusive. This is the only place you can get it. The Chinese government told me the shrines simply did not exist. But here, thousands of miles away from Costa Rica, I stare into the passionate eyes of the Monkey King himself, a solemn figure carved from obsidian stone. This avatar is so different than the bright, brazen, childlike images illustrating the ancient tales. So different than the earthly, visceral persona associated with the mysterious, mythological figure I had come here seeking. The statue embodied the king aspect of the Monkey King, old and solemn, with wisdom and introspection brimming behind his mischievous but tired countenance. I hoped I could reach the side of him. The fate of 2 souls and an entire country depended upon it. I paid the monk and share 4 bottles of wine with him, and begin to think I would get no more than his kind, entertaining presents, sketches of Chinese characters, and proclamations in broken English. Life, okay. Life, no drive you, you drive life. Then he stands, his limbs contoured ape-like, and he dances across the floor like a simian in the trees. The Monkey King was in him. Last year you granted a boon, I said, the wishing of 2 souls desiring to be alone with the monkeys. Thanks to the Monkey King, Costa Rica was now empty of humans and higher thought, except for the 2 wishmakers. Any person venturing there instantly devolved to their base instincts and lower selves. They only wish to leave the heavens behind, in a world free of sutras, free of the shackles of reason, says the Monkey King. I beseech you to end it. What makes you think I can? The stories say you are a creature of both earth and the heavens. It was they who made it happen, so it must be they who must end it. I can allow you to keep your mind if you go, but you must convince them. The monk sits, a bedraggled monarch on a throne. The smoky air swirls, and an oval forms before the statue, a portal. Through the haze, I see the lush, tropical Costa Rica on the other side. The Monkey King has given me a path. Smelling the jungle, I want to leave reason behind. Was I here to rescue the children? And to save the country? Or to give in to the boon myself? The monk promised safe passage, but I sense I might really absolve myself of the reason of the heavens, like all those who came before me, if I walk through. I lift my foot. Is it wisdom or mischief I see in the old monk's eyes? I can't tell. And that's the end of it.